Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the most underrated channel on ecom YouTube. And this one is going to be a special lesson for sure because even though I only have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, by far my most highly requested video is me writing a winning ad from scratch. And in this video, this is exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be writing an ad for a new brand that I haven't really thought much about. It's in the sleep niche, and those of you on Twitter who follow me on there will know that there's a big discussion at the moment because a group of guys called the operators, they're all nine-figure guys. They've started this brand from scratch. It's a sleep brand called Get Winks, which I've got here, and they're like open sourcing the whole launch of the brand. And yeah, so one thing they're doing is they have like a little competition where you can write an ad, you get a percentage of spend, whatever. So in this video, I'm going to be writing an ad for this brand, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a challenge because this is not a niche that I have sold in recently. I sold in the sleep niche like 8 years ago. One of my first successful dropshipping stores was called Happy Sleeps, and it was an anti-snoring product. But even then, it wasn't to do with actually sleeping at night. Obviously, it was to do with snoring. So let's get into it. In terms of the actual structure of this video and how it's going to work, for those of you who follow me on my channel, you'll know that I like to freestyle. I don't have time to overly plan videos, and like in reality, the best way for you to learn and the best way for you to see that I'm legit is by you seeing me do everything live. It's important that you see my thought process. It's important you see how I think, how I make mistakes, and how I rectify those mistakes. And we're gonna be creating a banger for sure, because I do already have like a small idea in my mind what the angle I'm gonna go down, and like genuinely it's a fucking banger, and I'm very, very confident that an ad like this will for sure print. So firstly, we're gonna a little bit of research because I think it's important, and then from there, I'm just going to put pen to paper and we're going to see how far we can get. I think in terms of ad length, I put like a little poll on my private Instagram, my ecom Instagram, which has 400 followers or something, saying, would you rather me write a 90-second UGC ad, or would you rather me write a 5-minute long mini-VSL? And the overwhelming majority voted that they want to see me write a mini-VSL. And I'm glad I did, because I think it's way more important to learn how to write an ad like that. My like the brand I'm scaling at the moment, which you'll see in the most recent YouTube video, all that we scaled that brand from $0 to $120,000 profit in 4 months, and most of that was driven by a mini VSL ad. So you know why it's important. Let's get into the video. Okay, sleep ad. Well, sleep brand, a daily sleep supplement that actually works. I'll be completely honest, I don't actually like the messaging that they've gone down here. I'm going to alter it, and hopefully they watch this video and they can make adjustments, because I have already criticized the brand on Twitter. And yeah, go and take a look. You don't need me to go through it all, but it's a daily sleep supplement that works, doctor formulated, research. Obviously you'd research like on Reddit and stuff, which we'll do in a bit, but like this is a brand that I'm learning about right now. Start feeling like yourself again. Fall asleep easy, wake up clear. One clear soon. All right. So it's hard to identify, and they're not doing a very good job at establishing their unique positioning. But from the brief research I have done on the brand, I think the unique positioning on here is basically it helps you sleep by switching off your mind. So Wings gives your body one clear signal: the day is done. You drift off instead of fighting for it. But they don't really, the messaging's like, it's just bad. Like, this is all AI copy. I'm not really a fan. I think definitely you need to be writing this manually. Stress less all day, tired but wide is not personality. It's what happens when your body never gets a message to stand down. Bad sleep shows up everywhere. Okay, all right. We get the idea. So this is the main the main positioning is buried in point number 1 of here. Like for me, it should be here. So let's write. We can get rid of this shit. By the way, as you know from my videos, we have no cuts. This is all going to be one long flowing video. All right. First off, the hook, and I think like All right, when I say that this is going to be me completely doing it from scratch, you have to remember that like I'm so addicted to this game that even as soon as I saw this brand, like the first time I saw it on Twitter, I was thinking of angles. And I think I just installed a sauna at my villa in Dubai um, over the last week. And I was in the sauna last night and I thought of cool angle. And I think that's the one I want to go down. Even though I actively tried not to think because I wanted to think on camera, I just couldn't help myself. As soon as I thought about it, I put on some music with like loads of lyrics so I could try and distract myself. But in terms of the angle and the hawk, I'm going to go down. Have you ever wondered why you sleep better in a hotel than you do at home? I think this is a belter angle, and I've never actually seen someone scale a sleep brand successfully like this. But there's a common like I don't know what the word is, but a lot of people think that you sleep better in a hotel than you do at home. And in reality you do. And I've already thought of like a clever way to link in sleeping at a hotel being better than sleeping at home. You'll watch me cook. Sleep in hotel. Uh how to cope. Does anyone else like I actually sleep better. How do you A lot of people are saying that they don't sleep as well in a hotel, but I definitely sleep better. All right, why I sleep better in hotels than home? All right. Let's get into it. Have you ever wondered? All right, I think. Well, this is all freestyle. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write as much as possible, and then if I struggle, I'll go to Reddit and stuff. Because I already got the idea in my mind. It's probably the best way to do it. Um, in terms of the concept, a Yapper ad mini-vsl style hybrid. A Yapper ad is like a UGC ad where there's a creator talking for a minute straight. When I say mini-vsl style hybrid, it's because it's going to be a way longer Yapper ad, and it's going to be like a mini-vsl. It sort of encompasses like a hook, failed solutions, why you're experiencing the problem, then the science behind why you experience the problem, introduce the new problem, then like more science, more demonstration. Like it's a way more long script than just a standard Yapper. So for me, my winners are usually combining these two concepts. So imagine a woman in her 40s, kind of attractive. No. uh, talking about this. So let's put this in. That is way too light. Right. Have you ever wondered why you sleep at a hotel and you do at home? By the way, this is not going to be the hook. The actual hook, the wording will change later on. But I'm doing too much talking. Like we're 8 minutes in, we haven't wrote anything yet. So as always, my YouTube strategists, they're going to kill me because it gets too long to take to the point. But a lot of people seem to appreciate the style. So have you ever wondered why you sleep better in a hotel than you at home? I've been working in luxury. I'm going to tell you why. Viewing or the secret. Um, all right. I'm writing. Oh, fuck off. So, I don't know what happened there. That is going to be one cut in this video. But, so, have you ever wondered why you sleep better in hotels than you do at home? Than you do at home. I've been working in luxury hotels for the past. I've been working in the luxury hotel industry for the past 20 years, and I'm going to be revealing the big secret. I can't tell you which hotels I worked at because they'll probably sue me. Here's the thing. I'm going to try and make it very conversational because it's a Yap style ad. Here's the thing. These billion-dollar companies don't want you to know what I'm going to tell you. By the way, I majored in neuroscience. So this is something I'm passionate about. All right, hook and authority. Like, this is why you should listen to me. I've been working in the industry for 20 years. I can't tell you which hotels I worked at because they'll probably sue me. Creates curiosity, and also it creates an enemy. The enemy being the big corporations of the hotel. Here's the thing: these big companies, billion-dollar companies, don't want you to know what I'm going to tell you. Building tension. By the way, I'm majoring in neuroscience, so this is something I'm passionate about. More authority. Fucking perfect first 5 sentences. So this is something I'm passionate about. So when I work on the desk at... Oh, I almost said the hotel name. So when I worked at the desk at... Imagine a girl talking. So when I worked at the desk at... Oh shit, I almost said it. You got what I'm saying? It has to be natural. It has to be authentic. That's why these ads work. So when I worked at the desk, the number one thing people always... Right, no, not... We don't want it to work at the desk. We want it to be like have a higher up position because the person at the desk probably isn't going to know the answer, but someone who specializes in the department will know a lot more. So when I worked... By the way, I'm majoring in something I'm passionate about. Something people have always asked me over the years is why do I sleep way better in a hotel than I do at home? Like reinforcing the topic. The hotels, and when I tell you why, it's all going to make sense to you. People... Right, what I'm going to do here is going to like paint the dream a bit more. Something people always ask me over the years is why do I sleep way better in a hotel than I do at home? I've had friends who have struggled with sleep for years, but whenever they always jump to me that when they are even asked me how much it would asked me to ask my boss if she could live in the hotel. Shall we make this smaller? Actually, no, let's go pageless. We can make it a little bit smaller. I hope everyone can still read. We'll go 12. One of my friends even asked me to ask my daughter if she could live in the hotel. Told me at home, she said she gets 4 hours each week and night if she is lucky. She bought one of Rose's fancy sleep devices sleep rings thinking it will help. Think so. At home, she says she gets 4 hours deep sleep a night. She's lucky. It's REM sleep, right? But here, whenever she stays at a hotel, it's always 7+ hours. And as everyone knows, sleep is just so important. So I'm going to let you in on the secret that the hotels always tell us. So I'm gonna let you in on the secret the hotels always tell us. And that starts with a small lie. I want to try and say that it's very, very, very hard, by the way, to write this thing in one sitting. At home, she says she gets 4 hours REM sleep a night. She's lucky, but whenever she stays at a hotel, it's always 7+ hours, and she wakes up feeling so refreshed. As everyone knows, sleep is just so important. So something go to that. So I'm going to let you in the secret that hotels, not the host. So I'm going to let you in on a secret that the hotels always tell us. One day she asked me which mattress used. No, from the top of the and she wakes up feeling. Let's read the whole thing, all right? Have you ever wondered why you sleep better in hotels than you do at home? I've been working in the luxury hotel industry for the past 20 years, and I'm going to be revealing some insider info. That always shocks people when I tell them. Disclaimer. I can't tell you which hotels I worked at because, to be honest, they'll probably sue me. Here's the thing. These billion-dollar companies don't want you to know what I'm about to tell you. Maybe we keep this, maybe we don't. Something people have always asked me over the years is, why do I sleep so much better in a hotel than I do at home? I've had friends who have struggled with sleep for years, but they always joke. For example, before I met my husband, he had struggled with sleep for years. He always jokes to me that we should stay in a hotel, that we should move into a hotel. He always used to joke to me that actually, nah, we should move into one of our hotels. A few of my friends have struggled with sleep for years too, but they one of them even bought one of those fancy seat rings thinking seat rings to track the difference. Perfect. Because it talks about another solution being the sleep ring, even though it's not like a direct solution for the same problem, but it's the same niche, and it gives you the science. At home, she says she gets 4 hours REM sleep a night if she's lucky. I don't know. I'd have to look like what a bad sleep score is and what a good sleep score is. She gets Uh, a 4 hour REM sleep, so if she's lucky. But whenever she says a hotel, it's always like 7 hours plus. Okay, cool. Let's think. When I everyone is always dying to know the trick that these hotels use to make you sleep better at night. And whenever I tell people, always makes so much sense. Here's the thing. Everyone, the hotels, that it's the $4,000 mattress, all the perfect temperature, all the state of the temperature controlling room, all the fancy. What's the word? Like a blind that stops light coming through. All the fancy light blocking lines. All the silk pillow cases that they imported from Japan. All the duvets that are the perfect weight, meaning you'd have best sleep of your life. But the truth is, it's none of those things. Close your eyes. I want you to do something for me. Close your eyes and picture yourself hotel room. No, we don't used to do that. Okay, but the truth is, it's none of those things. Oh, truth is, it's none of those things. You see, everyone thinks that the reason, the true reason is none of those things. Okay, maybe the expensive mattress helps a little bit, but not everyone can afford to spend 2 months' rent on a mattress. Not everyone can afford to spend money on a mattress that costs the same amount as a car. I hope when you're reading this, I'm building the tension. You're like, fuck, NK Ecom, tell me, how do I sleep better out at home? Okay, maybe expensive mattress helps a little bit, but not everyone can afford to spend money on a mattress that costs the same amount as a car. And honestly, even when you go to a cheap hotel on holiday, like one of those $100 a night ones, you probably sleep just as good there anyway. So if it's not the mattress, what is it? Okay. So Right, so you probably think like, why is he taking so long to get to the point? But these ads where you build tension and you keep on talking about failed solutions, the mattress, like you paint the dream scenario of sleeping in a hotel, like that gives me the idea of a hook. Have you ever wondered why I sleep better in hotels if you're at home? Uh, what if you could sleep like you are in a hotel every night? That's a good hook. This is hook option one. This is hook option two. Here's the thing: the hotels will tell you it's the mattress, blah 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 blah. But the truth is, it's none of those things. Okay, maybe the expensive mattress helps a little bit. Not everyone quotes spend to spend the same amount of money. And we can afford to have a more expensive mattress than there are. And honestly, even when you go to a cheap hotel on holiday, like one of those $100 a night ones, you probably sleep just as good as there anyway. So if it's not the mattress, what is it? Okay, so right, I can't remember what I was going to say here, but what I was talking about is you have to build this tension. You might think I'm taking a long time to get to the point, and the truth is I am, but it's intentional because the more someone watches all this, the more emotionally invested they are, the more curiosity they build, the more likely they are to purchase at the end of this ad, and that is why these style of ads work so well. For my brand that I scaled to $100,000 a month profit in 3-4 months, whatever it was, like you'll see in the previous video in the case study, our winning ad is 7 minutes long and it doesn't mention the product until 6 minutes in. So that is the kind of thing we're dealing with. Even when you go to cheap hotel and holiday, like one of those $100 night ones, you probably see just good there anyway. So it's not mattress. What is it? Okay, so okay. Well, I need to change this to vacation because of the Americans. Well, $100 a night vacation. Why is that important? Well, the truth is, it was never about the hotel room. No matter how much these big hotel companies, how much the big hotel company landed these fancy 5-star hotels talk about how they have invested in a invested in the best mattress possible. It's not about the mattress. It's to do with the fact you are on vacation. Here's the solution or the answer to the problems. So we built the tension. We've talked about failed solutions. It's to do with the fact you are on vacation. Think about it. I don't know what fat tahini means. I'm sorry, by the way, if you can just hear typing throughout this. Yeah, but don't listen to that. Just watch me cut. Think about it. When you are on vacation and you aren't stressed, you aren't anxious, you don't have to worry about getting up early in the morning for work because you're not working. Because you're not working. You can just switch your mind off and relax. So Unfortunately, there is no matter how much money you spend on upgrading your bedroom, those things aren't going to help you get a hotel grade sleep every single night. But as a neuroscientist, I'm going to tell you how you can. I hope you see where this is going because we're 30 minutes in and it has been difficult to get this done. Like, what you have to remember is this is not my niche. This is the first time I've ever wrote an ad for this brand. I am not an agency owner. I don't write ads for other brands all the time. Right? I have my own brands. I write ads relentlessly for those brands, but they're not selling the same thing. I've been in ecom 9 years. I probably wrote over 1,000 ads like this. Not all as long, but I've wrote 1,000 ads every single year for 9 years straight. Like where I genuinely think I probably wrote 10,000 ads. If it's taken me over an hour to write an ad, I've done 10,000 of hours of writing ads. So the reason I can spit out a fire ad on a Google Doc like this is because it's pure relentless like just doing it over and over and over again, because writing ads is the most important part of ecom for me. I think copywriting is the secret to scaling a brand, and more people need to spend more time learning how to write. That's why I blew up on Twitter, because I knew how to write. But anyway, self promo over. Those things aren't going to help, but you get a hotel grade sleep every single night. But as a neuroscientist, I'm going to tell you how you can. Right, let's go on to the brand. No more lying there at 3 a.m. Wings gives you body one clear signal a day is done. And you see, like, this is how I've linked the hotel thing to this. Wings gives you your body one clear signal the day is done. You drift off instead of fighting for it. Wouldn't it be great if you could just drift off like you are in a 5-star hotel, like you are on holiday, on vacation, in a luxury resort by the sea in the Bahamas every single night. And what a fucking bath. Like, that's perfect. Like, people are like, shit, like, I would love to. There's a massive band outside, but I would love to sleep like I'm in the Bahamas every single night. In a luxury bed. Wouldn't it be great if you could just sleep every single night while you're on vacation in a luxury resort by the sea? By the sea in the Bahamas every single night. I'm going to tell you how. So what you let's go back here actually. I got like from here. Dress less, title wise, not personality. Alright, let's paint the dream scenario a little bit more. Imagine how good you'd feel in the morning. You would probably wake up before, I don't know, it's in capitals. I'm going to tell you how. I already know Sleep wins the show. Okay. And by the way, the solution isn't melatonin. I hate that stuff. What's wrong with melatonin? I actually have no idea because it's not my niche. Because look, like it says here, 0 added melatonin. Where we just were melatonin free, but it doesn't tell us why we don't want to take melatonin. The 4 sleep systems made from real experience. Melatonin free again, but it's not telling me why. Does it tell me here melatonin contains melatonin? Fucking brilliant. So melatonin gummies, the reason they don't work is because they contain melatonin. Thank you. Doctor formulated, no morning grog. All right, maybe this is why. Like we deciphered it from the table. The positioning on this website is just it's not good. I hope they fix. Right, why no melatonin? So if you go to FAQs, good night grape is hormone free, built around ingredient slide, magnesium. Okay, last chapter routine. What is wrong with Nola? Right, let it cook. I hate that stuff. Instead, that ruggy tail. I need to be doing these things instead. Firstly, you have to make sure you turn off your phone at least 30 minutes before bed. There. These are the... So your mind has the ability to disconnect. Then, you need to make sure these ingredients have been studied by leading sleep experts around the world to show that to help people actually switch off at night and fall asleep. The reason I know is because when I worked in a hotel in can we catch about the hotel industry saying like a boss put her on or something? Anything. But she's a neuroscientist, so she'll already know. Because I worked in the hotel industry. Let's leave it at that. Number 1. Okay. Let's go with this one. Actually, let's not. That's the next YouTube video. Let's close that. Let's talk about the 4 things: mind, stress, mood, rhythm. They need to make sure you attack the next 4 things. The following herb and ingredients to be made. One of the hardest challenges of writing an organic like Yapad mini-vsl is you want to try and introduce the product in the most authentic way possible. Consumers a lot of the time are stupid, but they're not that stupid. So if it's too much of an ad, they'll be able to tell. But you want to plug the product, of course. Like you should always be selling. it's just something to bear in mind. And for me, it's like the hardest part of the script is how I connect the organic story to the actual the solution. Uh, Firstly, you need to calm your mind. The best ingredient. Then you need to you need to to calm your mind. Then you need. Let's write it like this. It's really hard. By the way, it has to be organic. Then you need to make sure your stress is minimized. For this, I recommend Ash. And however the hell you say this. So the whole idea now is people are like, oh shit, like let me write this down, let me save it. They're like rewatching the video, it's good for metrics. And if you want to make sure you wake up in best mood possible, you need saffron. Make sure you get some saffron and what the other one? Lithium. Yeah. I might remove this. I don't know. We'll see how it flows in the ad. Okay. Let's keep that there. And then we'll talk about this one later. Or if you wanted to make this easier, then I recommend you buy yourself something like this. Old pop. Or yeah, we're gonna change. Let me highlight this. We're gonna change. I'm gonna think of a better way to incorporate it. Or if you want to make things easier, then I recommend you buy yourself something like this. Holds up products. This is what is it? It's this is a nightly mix developed by one of the world's leading as Friday like that. He works for Curtis Chandler 2 decades. Balance former, sitting down, seeing people waking up ready for the day. And honestly, It's amazing. Nowadays, whenever someone asks me about sleep, this is the first thing I'd. It's full of all the ingredients I mentioned to you before. All right, so here, a way more natural way to do it is we just give one ingredient each. So the best things of that are, let's just go for something people may not have heard of, organic lemon balm. And then we'll say this one. And if you want to make it the best meat possible, make sure you get some saffron for lithium. I think that's a good way to do it. It'll be more natural rather than just reading off the ingredient list. So we can get rid of that. This is hard, by the way, but this is a banger. It's full of the ingredients I mentioned to you before, and it's got more. It's also got ashwagandha and what? Let's just say and which really helps reset your nervous system and allows you to switch off easy and get a good night's sleep. As well as that. But here's the thing. This isn't a one-time thing like sleeping in a hotel. You can, if you look after your mind and your nervous system, you can sleep. Especially since great stroll. Especially since it includes organic. Wrong. But which are designed to get you into a rhythm where you are taking this stuff and you see and you don't just sleep better in the first night, but over time your sleep just gets better and better. Honestly, since I started taking this, you won't believe how much my life has changed. Maybe we talk about husband, but since my husband started taking this, you won't believe how much his life has changed. As soon as soon as he gets to bed, he falls asleep instantly. isn't always a good thing, actually. It's good to have a dirty joke or just a joke in general in your ads. It makes people laugh. Humor connects. As soon as he gets to bed, falls asleep instantly, which isn't always a good thing, actually. But he also wakes up feeling way better. And I can just see it in his face during the day. He looks way happier. He looks less tired. His eyes look fresh. His eyes look less droopy. And he just has that glow again. Anything else? I can't recommend it enough. It let's see how long this is right now. Oh, let's go back to this actually. Melatonin side effects. Mixed cellular. Alright. That's not ideal. No wonder they hate melatonin so much. Where is it? Brigade. Yeah, nice. You. Cuisine. I'm sorry. Your height is just worse. Instead of taking that deck till, he's doing these. Okay. But I can't remember now. Let's see how long this ad is now. It is 1,000 words. If I was saying this ad out loud, how long would the video be? 6 minutes. Nice. Yeah. That's what I was aiming for. And I can't recommend it enough. Let's try back to the hotels. Ever since she'd started taking this thing, he stopped saying to Minnie, we're going to move into one. And honestly, I'm frozen. Even though a hotel may be perfect, him, it's more like hell for me, since that industry is tough. I wish, let's just say, I need an extra dose of this stuff. Just after working for so many years there. If you guys wanted to have that perfect hotel suite from your own home, don't go and spend thousands on a mattress. Don't. Oh, I need to add something. Problem with. This is something that's important. Don't go spend thousands on a mattress. Don't go spending don't try all those what's the word? All those crazy fried wings because it's the first sleep supplement that actually tackle actually helps you sleep. That I uh Use Try Wings was the first sleep supplement that actually helps by fixing at the core. And for those of you care about my husband's sleep score since we started using it, it actually went from an average of 42% to 95% over the past 6 months. So yeah, go get yours today. All right, that is draft one. Now look, that is an hour of me writing a banger. It is a banger. We're gonna go through it now and try and make it better. But I know this is a very long video, but to write a fucking 6 minute ad, it's gonna take a long time. Let's start from the beginning. And as I go through it, I'm gonna be annotating why I said certain stuff and yeah. All right. Have you ever wondered why? What if you could sleep while you're at home? Let's keep it this one. So, firstly, hawk. Curiosity. Curiosity plus authority plus insider info. I've been working in the luxury hotel industry for the past 20 years, and I'm going to reveal some inside information that always shocks people when I tell them. Disclaimer: I can't tell you which hotels I worked at, but to be honest, they'll probably sue me. Exposing big industry, identifying enemy. Here's the thing, B. Right, that's the same. By the way, I majored in neuroscience, so that's more authority. Something people have always asked me over the years is why do I sleep so much better in a hotel than I do at home? Reinforcing curiosity slash topics slash authority. You'll see that every line here is intentional. For example, before I met my husband, he'd struggled for sleep for years. He struggled with sleep for years. He always used to joke to me that we should move into one of our hotels. But obviously, actually, no, like, we don't have to talk about later. I was going to say I hated that idea, was that's where I work. Story. Relatable. Sleep trackers. So what's that? Science. No, evidence of proof. What's the word? Proof. Proof of concept. In terms of the sleep tracker makes a difference. At home, she says she gets 4 hours REM sleep a night if she's lucky. Whenever she stays at a hotel, it's always 7 plus. It's always over 7 hours. Let's just say here it's the husband. He even bought. Oh, there we go. No, let's say friend. Yeah, let's go like that. How long did you stay? She said she gets 4 hours on sleep a night. She's lucky. Um, Pain point. Whenever she stays at a hotel, it's always over 7 hours. Dream scenario. But let's read this actually and do this after because I was doing it now because I wanted the video to wrap up soon because it's a long video. But I think like one guy commented on one of my videos saying if I made a 6 hour video, he'd watch it. So let's optimize for him. Have you ever wondered why you sleep better in hotels where you sleep so much better in hotels than you do at home? I've been working in the luxury hotel industry for the past 20 years, and I'm going to be revealing some inside information that always shocks people when I tell them. Disclaimer, I can't tell you which hotels I've worked at because, to be honest, they'll probably sue me. Here's the thing. These billion-dollar companies, these billion-dollar corporations don't want you to know what I'm about to tell you. By the way, I majored in neuroscience, so this is something I'm very passionate about, and I've always listened, and I'm a bit of a sleep nerd that always listens to podcasts. Something people always ask me over the years is why do I sleep so much better in a hotel than I do at home? For example, before I met my husband, he struggled with sleep for years. He always used to joke. For years, we said that again. For one, he he'd he'd always had a hard time sleeping, which meant I never used to get much sleep either. He actually always used to joke to me that we should move into one of our hotels, as when he is away, that's the only time that he gets a proper night's sleep. By the way, this has given me an idea for another script. Script 2, husband away. Maybe we'll come back to it later. Maybe I'll add it onto this video. Maybe I'll do another. Let's see. A few of my friends are Chelsea. All right, for example, before I met my husband, he always had a hard time sleeping, which meant I never used to get much sleep either. By the way, it's like a dirty joke. Who wanted to laugh when she says it? I'm going to remove it later on, by the way. It's better the jokes earlier. He actually always used to joke to me that we should move into one of our hotels, as when he is away, that's the only time he ever gets a proper night's sleep. A few of my friends are struggle with sleep for years. Few of my friends are struggle with sleep for years too. They've they always blamed it on their hormones as they're getting older, but they've tried everything. One of them even bought one of those fancy sleep rings to track the difference. At home, my friend Angelina, even bought one of these fancy sleep rings to track the difference. At home, she says she gets 4 hours REM sleep a night if she's lucky, but whenever she stays at a hotel, it's always above 7. Everyone was always trying to know the trick that these hotels use. Everyone is always dying to know the trick that these hotels use to make you sleep better at night. Whenever I tell people, they always say, makes so much sense. I think if I was rewriting this ad, I would say that this girl worked in marketing in the hotel. Let's just say no. I've been working in marketing
biggest luxury hotels?
I've been working in the luxury.
I've been working in the luxury hotel. I've been working in the luxury hotels.
There we go.
Work for. I'll just say, I don't really matter. I said ball. Fuck it. All right. Let's read that again, okay? Um, yeah. Have you ever wondered why you sleep so much better in hotels than you do at home? Like, look, we're an hour 16 in. You're gonna watch me write this perfect, and I don't care how long it takes. I do a little bit because I'm not gonna gain anything from this, but we'll write it nevertheless.
Have you ever wondered why you sleep so much better in hotels than you do at home? I've been working in marketing for some of the most well-known luxury hotels in the world. I've spent 20 years working in marketing for some of the most well-known luxury hotels in the world. There we go. And I'm going to be revealing some inside information that I couldn't book about before because it would probably get me fired. There we go. You could even mention like an NDA or something. Disclaimer: I can't tell you which. I can't tell. We'd have to write a disclaimer. I can't tell you which hotels I've worked for because, to be honest, they'll probably still sue me. But let's just say, think of the biggest, of the most luxury hotels in the world. There we go. No, think of the. We've already said that. The best of the best. Think of and $3,000 a night. Right, so we're painting this picture of this girl working in the hotel industry, and she worked in marketing for brands or hotels that are $3,000 a night. So you immediately you're associating this girl as someone who has information and knows how these hotels operate, because she worked in the marketing. Here's the thing: these billion-dollar corporations don't want you to know what I'm about to tell you. By the way, I also majored in neuroscience, so this is something I'm very passionate about. And to be honest, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to all things sleep. To be honest, since I left that industry, there we go, being a bit of a nerd when it comes to all things sleep. The reason why it's once she's left is because when we're telling the stories about the husband and the friends, we don't want her to have too much information about how to sleep better until after. You got what I'm saying? Like when I first met my husband, he had a hard time sleeping. People might think, oh, why didn't she help then? So we're just trying to remove all doubt. Like, as I said, I want to make this script perfect. By the way, I also majored in neuroscience. This is something I'm very passionate about. And to be honest, since I left the industry, I've been a bit of a nerd when it comes to all things sleep. Something people have always asked me over the years is, why do I sleep so much better? And yeah, something people have always asked me over the years is, why do I sleep so much better in a hotel than I do at home? For example, before I met my husband, he'd always have a hard time sleeping, which meant I never used to get much sleep either. Which wasn't always the worst thing. But anyway, we're connecting with the audience. He always used to joke to me that we should move into one of our hotels, as when he's away, that's the only time he ever gets a full night sleep. A few of my friends have struggled with sleep for years too. They always blamed. A few of my girlfriends have always struggled with sleep for years. too. They've always blamed it on their hormones and getting older. But they'd tried everything and nothing has really
Worked without side effects.
that definitely weren't
Worth it. Toning, for example.
we'll leave it at that. People should know. Like, I think the market is solution aware. They'll know that melatonin has side effects. My friend Angelina even bought one of those fancy sleep rings to track the difference in her. Right, my friend Angelina even bought one of those fancy sleep rings, and every morning she has become with sending us her street
Scores. Like it's some kind of
daily report.
At home, she says she gets 4 hours of sleep per night. She's lucky, but whenever she stays in a hotel, it's always above 7. Everyone's always dying to know the trick that these hotels use to make you sleep better at night. And whenever I tell people, it always makes so much sense. Because here's the thing.
To help you sleep better at night. Whenever I tell people, it always makes so much sense. But here's the thing.
The hotel, the hotel ads will always tell you that it's the $5,000 mattress or the state-of-the-art temperature controlling room or the fancy daylight. No. Fancy dark bright. What's the word?
And Google.
Blackout blinds. There we go. Or the silk pillow cases that they import from Japan, or the duvets that are the perfect weight, meaning you have the best sleep of your life. But the truth is, it's none of those things. Okay, maybe the expensive mattress helps a little bit, but not everyone can afford to have a more expensive mattress than their car. And honestly, even if you go into a cheap hotel on vacation, like one of those $100 night ones, you probably sleep just as good. You probably sleep better there anyway. Flows more. It's really important that you actually say your ads out loud to make sure you write the best possible thing and it flows. Was of course a creator will be reading the script out, so if it doesn't sound right out loud, you need to change it. You probably sleep better there anyway. So if it's not the mattress, what is it? Well, the key thing here is that it's $100 night vacation. And why is that important? Well, the truth is, it was never about the hotel room. No matter how much these fancy 5-star hotels talk about investing in the best in the best sleep, The best rooms possible. It's not about the mattress, and it's not about the
pillowcases. It's to do with the fact you're on vacation. Think about it. When you're on vacation, you're not stressed. And you're not anxious. You don't have to worry about getting up early in the morning for work. And life just feels great. You can simply switch off your mind and relax. That's the key part. That's the key part. As soon as you can actually relax and you're nervous, as soon as a nervous system can relax, you sleep way better. And no matter how much money you spend on upgrading your bedroom, those things aren't going to help you
get a hotel grade sleep every single night. Right, I think we can talk a little bit more about this. All right, when I went on here at the start, I actually saw someone. I promise you, I didn't see this before. Is literally when I opened it. I saw a. Here we go. There we go. I saw this. I've been tracking my sleep data with Fitbit for 3 months. By the way, this is what we talk about. Holy shit. This. I swear on my life, I swear to God, I never saw this Reddit post before. But if I was looking at Reddit posts, then I would definitely have found this and it would have given me the idea that I already came up with. But I found this after coming up with the idea. I've been tracking my sleep data with Fitbit for 3 months and noticed a clear pattern. Every time I travel for work and stay at hotels, my sleep quality is significantly better. At home, my average sleep score is 68, with only 12% deep sleep, and I wake up twice during the night. In hotels, my average sleep score jumps from 78 to 18, and I barely wake up at all. At first, I thought it was a psychological effect of being in a different environment. Okay, that's to be more specific reason. Matry factors. Let's see. Environmental factors, hotels. All right. Basically, try to replicate a hotel. I don't even know what this post means. All right. Maybe this was saying that the mattress helps, but I'm not really sure. And it also got deleted, which makes me think it was probably planted. Psychological, you feel safe at home. Okay, no matter what, there is definitely a conversation about it, and that's what's important. And because this woman is a neuroscientist, people are going to listen to her. Just search your answers, and you don't provide early in the morning for work, and life just feels great. You can simply just switch off your mind and relax. That's the key part. As soon as you know, like, what this is the problem we're presenting to people. Like, this is an angle. The angle is hotel quality sleep. The mechanism is through, calming the nervous system. And I would have way better terminology if this was actually my niche, but it is not. I've never sold for better sleep. This is literally just a one-shot freestyle. As soon as your nervous system collapses, you can sleep way better. And no matter how much money you spend on upgrading your bedroom, those things aren't going to help you get a hotel quality sleep every single night. But as a neuroscientist, I want to tell you how you can. And sleep. Nerd. I'm going to tell you how you can. Wouldn't it be great if you just drift asleep every single night like you're on vacation in a luxury resort with? Think. Because
wouldn't it be great if you could just drift off to sleep every single night like you are on vacation in a luxury resort by the sea in the Bahamas? Imagine how good you feel in the morning.
you probably wake up before oh, I'm feeling fresh and ready to go.
Feeling so refreshed and ready to go. So don't worry, I'm going to tell you how. And by the way, the solution isn't melatonin. I hate that stuff. It makes you groggy, makes you dizzy. And honestly, your life just
becomes worse. I'd rather sleep
1 hour a night than
and take that stuff again.
Here's what you need to be buying
instead. Firstly, just a tip. It's so important you turn off your phone at least 30 minutes before bed, so your mind has the ability to, so your mind can actually disconnect. The reason we talk about this is because it shows we're building trust with the viewer. Like, we're not just selling them straight away. Then you need to take the following herbs. What's the word? You need to take the following things. Make sure you attack the three secrets to a good to the perfect night's sleep. Firstly, you need to calm your mind. The best thing that for that, organic and by the way, it has to be organic. Then you need to make sure your stress is minimized. For this, I recommend this. And if you want to make sure you wake up in the best mood possible, make sure you get some saffron or lithium orotate. Or if you want to make this easier, then I recommend you buy yourself something like this. Or if you want to make this easier, then I recommend you buy yourself something like this. This is a nightly mix developed by one of the world's leading naturopathic physicians, and honestly, it's amazing. I'm so glad my friend from university I'm so glad one university because of neuroscience. I'm so glad one fact of my neuro that it's full of all the ingredients I mentioned to you before, and it's got even more. It's more that were identified in a recent study. So now it's about the way we're linking it is these three ingredients here were identified in a recent study, and this brand has made one based on the study. In the recent study, it's also got ashwagandha, which really helps reset your nervous system and allows you to switch off easier and get a good night's sleep. But here's the thing. This isn't a one-time thing like sleeping in a hotel. If you look after your mind and your nervous system with something like this, you can sleep well, you can sleep beautifully. Every single night, especially since it includes organic tar. It also includes organic tar, cherry, magnesium, and calcium, which is designed to get you into a rhythm where you can into a real sleep rhythm and routine. Sleep routine. I think we're doing this to a good rhythm where you're taking this stuff and you don't just sleep better in the first night, but over time your sleep just gets better and better. And it always improves. We don't add that actually. Honestly, since my husband started taking this every night, you don't believe how much his life has changed. As soon as he gets to bed, he falls asleep instantly, which isn't always a good thing actually. But he always wakes up feeling way better, and I can just see it in his face during the day. He looks less tired, his eyes look less droopy, and he just has that glow again. That twinkle. His eyes look less tired.
they, rook, less druid, and he just has that
sparkle again. I don't know. It's kind of gay, right? It, but you know what I'm saying. I can't recommend it enough. Ever since he started taking this thing, ever since we.
I want to say we because this is like a family supplement. They want the parents to both be taking the same one. Uh, ever since we started drinking, he stopped saying to me that we were going to move into a hotel. And honestly, I'm glad because even though a hotel may be the perfect vacation for him, it's more like hell for me since that industry is tough. Let's just say I need an extra dose of this stuff after working. Yeah, I'd need an extra dose of this stuff after working in hotels for so many years. But that's a story for another day. So trust me, if you guys want to have the perfect sleep, if you guys want to sleep like you, if you guys want to turn your bedroom into a 3,000 a night hotel, don't go and spend thousands of dollars on a mattress and definitely don't try all those pills with them crazy side effects. You need to try Winks because it's the first sleep supplement that actually helps you sleep by fixing the problem at its core, your nervous system. Once your mind gets rest, once your mind goes to sleep, the rest of your body quickly follows. That's the secret. And for those of you who care about my husband's speed score since he started using it, it actually went from an average of 42%. Like, we need to talk about sleep scores more, but
that is the ad. 1 hour 30. It took me to write this.
I'm gonna annotate it real quick, and then after we'll see where we go from there. So Hawk Curiosity, think of best of the best.
dream scenario.
I did that one green. But anyway, he always used to joke to me, my friend, story relatable, pain point dream scenario, inside information, curiosity. Makes so much sense. Here's a thing. Failed solutions. I won't annotate every line because it's going to take too long. None of these things. Failed. Introduced mechanism. Science. Because you're saying like, oh, it can't be this because of this, or you're starting to explain the science.
What is it? What are the keys?
We are also closing loop. Well, the key is it's a $100 night vacation. Why is that important? Well, the truth is it was never about the hotel room.
shifting belief.
No matter how much enemy equals hotel marketing. It's not about the mattress, failed solutions.
Science mechanism. So
Was your like what's the word? You're like planting the seed for a mechanism to follow. That's why I keep saying intro. Chirp.
then that's it. Dream scenario.
Keep watching, by the way, because I'm going to explain something else at the end.
As soon as your nervous system corrects, we sleep way better.
Derution.
Positioned, Professor, then failed. Authority.
Because wouldn't it be great if you just have to sleep? Dream scenario. I hate when hour 30 is crazy. You probably wake up before your alarm feeling so refreshed and ready to go.
Dream state. I'm going to tell you now.
Failed solution again.
Failed solutions are very important for a product like this because the market is sophisticated. People already know that sleep supplements exist. You need to explain why this one is positioned better than those. It makes you groggy.
Solution.
So, oh, authority,
Friend from neuroscience. Authority. Developed by a doctor and a neuroscientist found it. Like it's high authority. Full of all the ingredients.
Mechanism, but here's the thing.
Building routine. LTV. So the reason we talk about this is because we want people to subscribe. We want people to be taking this all the time. It's a subscription-based product. So if we say it's not about one night's sleep, it's over time, all of a sudden you're already picturing and taking it every single day. So when you get to here, you're more likely to subscribe, which is why these style of ads work so well. Huge for every single night.
Dream state.
Mechanism.
State, dream state, dream state, dream state, dream state, dream state, dream.
I can't recommend enough. Dream.
Story relatable.
The reason I added this is because it shows it's strong and work. Like I need to take an extra dose of this stuff to calm me down. Like clearly it works. Kind of a smart lie.
Don't. Failed solution. Positioning.
Unique.
Unique positioning. Unique mechanism. That's the secret. Closed loop.
And those of you who cared on a husband's sleep score,
Science
demonstrated.
Science teacher.
And thank me later.
I don't like to do too hard of a CTA on these style of ads because people, if you get there, they're already pretty sold. But yeah, that is the script done. I can't see how long it is because I added all this shit after. But yeah,
It's around 1,300 words. I changed it to 1,300 words. How long would it take to watch?
But yeah, this is a banger, and for sure, I think it would work very well because what it does is, firstly, like the concept, sleep like you're in a hotel every night. Like we've already validated on Reddit that people talk about sleeping in hotels, or a lot of people can't sleep in hotels. And what you could do is,
And script 1. Let's write this here. This is important.
script 1, people
Who can sleep in hotels but can't sleep at home. Reason being, this is the concept. Reason being, mind is at ease at hotel. Everyday work life and stress affects sleep at home. And then, what I would do, script 2 after is script 2. People who can't sleep well in hotels because even though there are such expensive mattresses, etc., they can never switch off because they are always on edge at a new environment, i.e.,
they feel threatened.
Drinking this stuff will help calm them down. Right at the
There they are. So this is how you build like a 9-figure brand, is you have to think of as many different angles as possible. This is just one angle. As I said, it's people who can sleep in a hotel but not at home. So you tell them, oh, this is why. But also the other angle is people who can't sleep in hotels but they can sleep at home. So you got both sides, where I always say the best brands are on both sides of war. Like, you have to sell the problem to one solution, and you have to sell another solution to the same problem, if that makes sense. But this is the perfect example to show why. What I would do then is I would go to ChatGPT, for example, and say,
please can you create another script where script 2, people who can't sleep,
and then ChatGPT would spit out another script. Look, ever wondered why you can never sleep? And then it talks about how these solutions, it never works. So yeah, like, this is how you start building a brand, where you find the angle, can't sleep in a hotel. We found the authority figure, so someone who works in marketing for hotels for 20 years, plus you have the fact that she was a neuroscientist. If there was someone who can't sleep in a hotel, you'd say, oh, we launched an investigation in a hotel because we couldn't figure out why people had such a hard time sleeping in one of our hotels. If you understand what I'm saying. So, like, once you do this, it just opens the floodgates to have so many more different angles. And if I looked at Reddit before I started writing this, I probably would have started with that angle. But
because a lot of people are talking about how they struggle to sleep in hotels. But I wanted to go down this one because me personally, I always sleep amazing in a hotel. And to be honest, the reason why is probably because the mattress and everything in there is just so nice and I can just chill. But this is the way we're presenting this, and for sure I think it would definitely be a banger. But yeah, this was an extremely fun video to write. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. It's a nice mini VSL, like 6-7 minutes long. It would bang as a yapper ad. And yeah, like I challenge you, ask your favorite guru to write something like this. Like, it's extremely difficult. Not only do I have to write, but I have to talk to the camera at the same time and explain whilst I'm doing things. It took me 1 hour 40 here. I think if I was like at my usual workstation, not speaking to anyone, just listening to a bit of house music, I could probably write something like this in 40-50 minutes. But that's because I've done this 10,000 times. And yeah, like in my course, like obviously I'm going to plug my course at the end, but like for those of you who don't know, I've got a program where I show you endless lessons. Like we're talking 30 to 40 hours of video footage where I show you how to think of these angles. For example, the main thing here is the ability to think of the angle to do with sleeping in a hotel, and then also how to structure a script where every single line is intentional. Like there's a hawk, curiosity, exposing the big industry, identifying an enemy, which is a very important theme I teach within the course. And as I spoke about, this video like this is so powerful. The course is so powerful because if you just get one video or one creative, like an ad like this that bangs, where you can spend thousands of dollars every single day on an ad like this, and for sure I think it's possible because I've done it many times, then that can completely transform your brand from being stuck at 7 figures to high 8 figures. Because the beauty with ads like this is they're 7-8 minutes long. Even if someone only watches 4 minutes, maybe they get retargeted by a similar ad down the line. Or if they do watch the whole thing and they don't buy, imagine how on the fence, like how ready they are, how down the funnel they are when they get sprayed with 50 statics over the next month. Like, you're building a real ecosystem, and that's the main thing on Meta. And yeah, this, like, my ability to write is something I'm very proud of. And yeah, if you wanna learn how to write like this and how to think of the angles and how to connect everything together, because here I'm showing you how, but if you wanna like show me doing it, but if you want to see me if you want to see how I put everything together and how I implement this into my brands, then for sure book a call in my course. But yeah, that was I'm struggling to speak because that is an hour 40 speaking, and it's very difficult. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. And if you had any comments about anything, then please let me know.